At the age of 19, I was arrested and sentenced to 120 months in federal prison and 20 years in state prison. Within the first 4.5, 5 years, I had been to 6 different places. So I was shipped around the country a lot. Once I got to Tallahassee, Florida, Tallahassee Community College was coming into the prison and providing college courses. Once you're able to educate yourself, you start looking at things differently.
And I found this opportunity to teach in prisons, and everything kind of came full circle for me, having had family members in prison and then being arrested myself, to actually go into prisons and to be able to work with people and do something that felt like it really mattered.
They talk about mass incarceration, they don't talk about women in the conversation. You think about Black men, and this is all we're focusing on, and I'm like, women are incarcerated here too, you know? It's risen over 800% in the last 20 years. Operation Restoration was founded in 2016, but I always say it didn't really come into fruition until me and Annie decided to partner. We work on education-related initiatives, so we have a clinic that helps women who are formerly incarcerated get their high school equivalency. We also give out scholarships when an individual is ready to test, but we go from early literacy all the way through high school equivalency. We have a higher ed in prison program in partnership with Tulane University.
We try to meet whatever need we see for formerly incarcerated women and their families. Are in a unique place where people walk in the door and we have social workers who are able to assess their needs, and whatever it is, we just try to make it happen. I mean, just about anything, employment, we try to maintain some flexibility so that we can meet people's needs. As far as our policy agenda is removing barriers to education for people with convictions. We're working right now on restoring the Pell Grant for people who are in prison. We're also looking at barriers to financial aid. So question 23 on the FAFSA asks if you've been convicted of a drug conviction while you were receiving federal financial aid, which is a very specific group of people, right? And these are the only people we're excluding from financial aid. Why, right? It doesn't make any sense, but it's hurting low-income students, making colleges more accessible for people with convictions. So not just opening the door, but then making sure that people actually have services and support to be successful. So Unlock Higher Ed is the campaign that we're working on right now at the federal level, and then also at the state level. What's really central to that campaign is making sure that directly impacted people are always leading those conversations and making space, more and more space for directly impacted people to do policy work. That, you know, one value that we always have is those closest to the problem are closest to the solution. I know a lot of people have said that in the past, but making sure that when you're thinking about changing education, you're starting with the people that are most impacted and disenfranchised from that system, and figuring out what those solutions look like from that perspective and that lens.
Education justice, that everyone had the same opportunity and access to sound education.